Now, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has approved a 78 billion shilling disbursement after concluding the 7th and 8th reviews of its extended fund facility and extended credit facility for Kenya, initiated in April 2021. A new resilience and sustainability facility approved in July 2023 was also included, with the IMF urging prudent use of public resources.
The National Treasury will receive over 78 billion shillings, approximately $606 million, through this approved disbursement. This includes an immediate EFF-ECF disbursement of $485.8 million, or 62.5 billion shillings, and an RSF allocation of around $120.3 million, or 15.48 billion shillings. However, the IMF board remains cautious about Kenya's capacity to boost domestic revenue, emphasizing that the country faces a challenge balancing between generating revenue to protect critical spending and meeting heavy debt obligation. They have also called for greater transparency to rebuild public trust in the management of public funds, a challenge, according to economic analyst Churchill Ogutu.
To the use of the funds, that's an entirely different story altogether. And that also speaks even to the efficiency. And time and again, the last 3 or 4 months, we've seen the issue around accountability pretty much coming to the fore. But now what typically happens with the IMF program, remember, it's not a project finance. There's no hospital that is being funded directly from the IMF. So it's a bit difficult to be able to pinpoint how exactly the proceeds were used and to an extent effectively use of the IMF proceeds.
Ogutu reckons this latest disbursement increases Kenya's debt stock to nearly 11 trillion shillings, with expectation that it will rise further by the end of the financial year. He also warns that additional IMF conditionalities may follow, but remains optimistic about the potential structural improvement due to the required reforms.
So the debt, as we all know, this financial year, we're expected to increase our debt by around over 600 billion Kenya shillings. And that's added to the stockpile of the debt that we have at the start of this financial year. Should take us to around 11 trillion Kenya shillings by the end of the current financial year, which is coming to an end in June and next year. So it's a mix between external financing, of which part of the external financing is now this money that is coming from the IMF.
The IMF defended its decision to extend support to Kenya amidst public concerns, citing Kenya's economic resilience and emphasizing that the funds are meant to stabilize the shilling and strengthen external financial buffers, despite challenging socio-economic landscape. Jimmy Mbogo, Citizen TV, Nairobi.